Just here on a Sunday night, it's around 9 p.m. Lakeside Pokhara. Namaste to all of you. Namaste. How are you? Hope you're doing well. It's nice. It's nice. And here in Nepal, still in the month of whatever, doesn't really matter. It's the message that matters. Along the lakeside here. Spiritual life, we're all spiritual, whether you agree with it or not, we're all souls that are manifested, or whatever you want to call it, maybe energy or just the universe, and the universe has different manifestations, and we're manifesting as this or that, or we're souls, jiva, atmas. I'm not a religious person, far from it. But different religions and different spiritual paths call it by different names, so whatever. And the point is that I want to say that most of us humans and whatever humans, we're asleep. We're not spiritually awakened, and there are a few that are going through a spiritual awakening, like myself. What does that mean? There are so many different interpretations to that. So there are going to be people who are going to say this and that, but this is not about debating what it is to be on a spiritually awakening, like you're just awakening, you're just waking up. So people say that, well, but I'm awake, I'm not asleep, I'm not sleeping, I'm not in bed. But the spiritual awakening is when you start to realize things, or you start to ask yourself questions. Am I just this body? Why am I here? Why are all those balloons flashing with lights in different colors? Well, that's not part of the spiritual awakening process. But you are asking yourself questions. Why am I here? Where did I come from, really? Not that I came from my mother's womb, or that I was born in New York City, USA, or I was born in Mumbai, India, or I was born in Berlin, Germany. No, that's what we already know. That's the known. That's material knowledge. But spiritual knowledge, so where do we really come from? Why do I have this feeling that I'm not this body? I'm not this body. Why do I have the feeling that there's more to life than just life and death, and that death is not the end? And we start to ask those questions, some of us, some less intense questions, some more intense questions about the spiritual situation. Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Are there many hells? Like in Hinduism, they talk about 28 patalas, or hell worlds, hellish worlds, etc. And Indra heaven, Indra loka, and whatever loka. In Hinduism or in other religions, there's purgatory and whatever. So the spiritual process, the path of awakening, and there are just so few, a minute portion that are totally spiritually awakened. I mean, even you look at it, and I've seen people then meditating on this and thinking about it too. Like, there are some people that just are not interested in spiritual life, not even in religion, and they go through their whole lives just thinking there is no heaven, there is no hell, there is no God, and whatever. When we die, that's just it, the end, and that's it. There's nothing before and nothing after. This is just bam. And what happens to those people? Do they just go to hell or purgatory and stay there forever? No. Those are questions that most people cannot answer. And if they do answer, it's just based on some book, but not on something beyond. Life can be fun, like going on a Ferris wheel. Or life can be painful, like being in jail, or even in a mental jail that normally we are in our own mental prisons. So you might be looking at all these people that have been walking past by, not pointing the camera at me so much, but showing you who's walking them by. And maybe a lot of these people can be very religious or non-religious, and most are just spiritually asleep, not really interested or don't care at all about spiritual life for whatever reasons they have. But each person in their own little mental construct, in their own interior world, is going through their things. I'm just going through my spiritual awakening because it's hard to describe, but I started to feel it a long time ago, little by little, and then it just started increasingly started to increase in strength in terms of me wanting to know more. I started doing my research and investigating things. So spiritual life, the spiritual journey, it's what you make of it. And some of us need gurus to give us some guidance. Gurus don't have to be necessarily from Hinduism. A guru is a teacher, spiritual teacher who points the way. There are gurus in Mexico, in South America, from the different indigenous tribes, the native tribes, in Africa, here in Asia, from different, even from religions and whatever. And they give us guidance so we can have more tools to continue on the spiritual awakening. And maybe in this lifetime, nice ice cream, we can become totally spiritually enlightened. Is there an afterlife? We don't know. Nobody can prove any of that. But anyhow, this is life. And what spiritual, are you on a spiritual journey? Are you awakening? Or do you think you're asleep? Do you believe you are asleep right now? Leave your comments down below. Leave your comments down below. Nice music. Until next time, stay cool. Namaste. I got distracted and I forgot to add that on this spiritual awakening that I'm on, this journey, one of the questions that had, let's say, been at the core of my essence was am I this body? Am I this physical form I see in the mirror? And Hinduism helped me a lot in Buddhism tackle that situation. And I discovered through my own meditation, in addition to all the help from the Vedas, Upanishads, etc., Bhagavad Gita, that I am not this body. I am not a man. I'm not a woman. I'm not an American. I'm not a Colombian. I'm not a human. These are just temporary clothing I'm wearing, just like this shirt or like this temporary ice cream cone I got right here. I am way beyond this. This is not me. So that's part of the spiritual awakening process, and so many other things. I mean, is fame, reputation, and all that, and a lot of money really important? Not really, that's temporary. But if you want to have it, you can have it. But without forgetting about the spiritual essence of things. But many people don't really care about that. But hey, that's what it is. So now I'll let you go.